The gate was number 3, Go Ahead Make My Day. They're in behind the gate here, set for a start. Picking up speed, they're off and trotting, and the Mohawk Million is underway, and a good start there for Go Ahead Make My Day, pushing out for Miller. Leaving out in the center, but that one Lasting Dream. Then outside is Me Sugar. Outside of that one trots up Look at Me Go Amigo. Taking a hold of early, Mona Lishi into 5th now. She'll get seated up just ahead of Maryland. Further back we go to find a Moticon Legacy, and traffic in the backfield there. Parked outside of that one going into that first turn is On a Jet Plane, sliding down to the rail, Wondrous Blue Chip, and splitting on through goes Teresi back in 10th. First panel trotted 27-1 into the backstretch. And Me Sugar leads the way for Zeron, clear by 2 lengths. Pocket sitter is Look at Me Go Amigo. Go Ahead Make My Day back into 3rd at 3/8. Then Lasting Dream is 4th. And that one tips to the outside. Grabbing some cover goes Mona Lishi. Maryland's on cover 2, 3rd over 6. Shooting up the rail, 7th is On a Jet Plane. Outside goes a Moticon Legacy into the flow from an 8th. Not much flow though, as the field is by the half in a crawling clip here, 56-2. And Me Sugar on top by 2 lengths going into the final turn. Lasting Dream moving forward now into 2nd, back into 3rd. Gapping a pocket, Look at Me Go Amigo. Outside Mona Lishi up into 4th now. Buried 5th is Go Ahead Make My Day. 6th outside Maryland is tracking cover. 5 away from the leaders though. Then to the outside trots up a Moticon Legacy. 3/4 bound chasing Me Sugar. Me Sugar looking for an upset. Trots by 3/4 in 1:24-3. Lasting Dream on the outside 2nd. Mona Lishi rips off cover. Here's Maryland from the backfield. In deep stretch. Plugs deployed by Zeron on that tempo setter, Me Sugar. Here's Maryland from the backfield. Maryland full of trot now, and done sits Chili on Maryland, who just jogs here in the Mohawk Million. Maryland, much the best. Done again in 1:52-3. It was Maryland trotting to a stakes, track, and Canadian record mile.
It's the Dunn Show.
There's your 52 mile.
Yeah, and as Kenny mentioned, stakes, track record.
Yeah.
Maryland, I mean, this guy's a creature.
Who, the driver or the
Well,
horse?
yeah, but we'll say both. But he was taking a different route this time. What's he doing on the outside?
I don't know. But I can tell you there, I don't want to be a spoiler alert, but I can pretty well tell you who's going to be star of the car.
Here's Maryland from the backfield. In deep stretch. Plugs deployed by Zeron on that tempo setter, Me Sugar. Here's Maryland from the backfield. Maryland full of trot now, and done sits Chili on Maryland, who just jogs here in the Mohawk Million. Maryland, much the best. Done again in 1:52-3. It was Maryland trotting to a stakes, track, and Canadian record mile.
All right, here alongside Dexter Dunn as Maryland captures the Mohawk Million to give Dexter Dunn his first trophy here in this prestigious event. And, Dexter, we've seen this guy's pretty versatile, but I wanted to ask you about early on in the mile. You gapped the gate a little bit. Was that just more him, or was that by design?
That was more him. He was pretty aggressive tonight. He hasn't really been like that before. And, the horse outside me was pretty fired up on the gate too. And there was a bit going on, but we had a little bubble there before the gate left. But he luckily kept his gate, and we still got away in a pretty decent position. And, just around the last turn, I nearly lost him there for a bit. But he gathered himself up. We got a good helmet in the straight, and, man, he exploded up the straight.
You pile on skimming score three starts back. Last time you were able to cut the mile at Hoosier. Tonight, I mean, the cover wasn't advancing. They weren't going much early on in that mile. Were you still confident that you were going to get the job done from there?
Yeah, I was happy enough. He's a high-speed horse, and, the two horses that were following up, they're good horses. So, I was still confident, especially coming off the last turn. I knew it was close enough that he's fast enough. If he kept at it, we'd have a good shot.
Did you figure you had this kind of colt when you got a chance to sit behind him early on?
Yeah, loved him from day one. Trained him before he qualified, and just gave me a great feel. So, he's having a great year.
Congratulations, X. It's been a big night and a big week.
Thanks, Johnny.
Big night indeed for Dexter Dunn as he takes the Mohawk Million. Cherry on top of the sundae for Dunn tonight as he clicks with Maryland here in the Mohawk Million. Maryland, a son of Chapter 7, out of the father, Patrick Mayer Crucial. Courant Incorporated, PCW Racing LLC, Holly Lane Stud Farm East Limited, sharing ownership with S. Stewart, R. Thorne Stable of Kentucky. A 4th win now from 7 starts in the year for number 2 Maryland. New lifetime mark, a new stakes record. track Canadian record performance tonight for Maryland. The trophy presentation made to the winning connections by Mr. Michael Copeland, the president and chief executive officer of Woodbine Entertainment.
All right, guys, looking right over here, please.
Maryland from the backfield using his rallying skills here tonight. He's like a Swiss Army knife, so many functions and capabilities. Can do it on the lead.
Standing alongside winning trainer Marcus Melander and winning co-owner Steve Stewart. Steve, I'm just going to start off with you first. You know, you had a slide in the Mohawk Million as well. I mean, at what point did you realize this is a colt that, you know, was worth entering here in this $1 million affair?
I think pretty much when he was racing at the Meadowlands early, he was just so much talent. And that last 16th, he always just seems to accelerate. There was one race early that I think a horse came up on him and it looked like he was going to go right by him, and he just wouldn't let him go. And it seems like he's very versatile. And Marcus has been saying that he's the one thing that separates him from a lot of horses is he's so intelligent.
And, you know, obviously it's early on in the year still, but is it hard not to get a little bit excited about the prospects of what he can do as a 3-year-old?
Absolutely. I mean, we got some more races later this year, but yeah, he's an amazing horse, and we must congratulate the main guy here is Anders Strom. He picked him out and bought the horse and spent a lot of money for him, and fortunately Marcus and us and Peter Weisberg and the Thorns from Sweden we were fortunate enough to join Anders and Courant in this wonderful race and with this wonderful horse. And plus all my partners, I get to always stand here up there and represent everybody, but the Schmuckers and the Millers and the Grabers and the people that, and Mr. Lowenfeld from Canada here is our spot that we try to buy every year and support this wonderful race. And they deserve as much as I do, and I get to stand here and represent a lot of people. There's a lot of people behind or in front of us, that's for sure.
Well, Steve, congratulations, and we appreciate you and your support here for this this big race.
Thank you very much. We've done very well.
All right, here with winning trainer Marcus Melander. Marcus, you did tell me before the race you wanted to keep a keen eye on these two in Post Parade, the two entries that you had. Did you notice something in Post Parade with Maryland maybe that you didn't notice, you know, in any starts prior?
No, not really. You know, Dexter said it was a little bit more aggressive tonight, but you know, I want them. We had two out there, you know, $1 million race, and last time Maryland was up here, you know, I made a break in when he scored him down, so I wanted to, you know, see how he looked. So.
You know, obviously we've seen the versatility from this colt, but he was in what seemed like maybe a bad spot, but he showed so much desire to get there. Were you a little bit concerned turning for home?
Not really. You know, it's probably the smartest colt I've been around. You know, he wants to do his work. Then you never know, you know, how much the other horses had left. But you know, if he has the position to win, you know, when they're turning from home, he'll win.
You know what? You have another, this son of Chapter 7. You've got another one as well that's pretty talented in Super Chapter. You know, just talk about what you've been able to find from this sire this year.
You know, Super Chapter's a great horse as well. You know, he won in 52 Sunday in Lexington. You know, he's a great horse. So, you know, Chapter 7 overall, we had a lot of success through the years here. So, you know, they want to do it. You know, they have good attitude. They have a great gait, and yeah, I like the Chapter 7s, that's for sure.
And lastly, obviously, I asked Steve Stewart, is it hard for you, though, Marcus, not to get a little bit excited about the prospects of what this colt can do next season?
Yeah, of course. You know, I mean, it's now we're going to ship him back home to New Jersey and prepare him for the British Crown. So since he won last week at Hoosier there, you know, he's already eligible for the final. So that will be his next race probably. Maybe we'll do a qualifier in there between, but that's what we're aiming for right now.
Well, best of luck, Marcus. It's been a pretty good trip to Canada here so far this year. Enjoy this one.
Thank you.
All right, there's Marcus Melander, Dexter Dunn, who get it done here in the Mohawk Million.